Hi, today I'm going to give you some tips on how to raise your SAT score. First, you need to build up your vocabulary. I know this is a tedious process, but if you really want to get a high score on the SAT, you need to do that, okay? This is a must. You have to do it. There's no way around it. Why do you think people, your teacher, your tutor, keep telling you you need to build up your vocabulary? Let me explain why. You see a beautiful two-story brick building here, right? But a lot of people don't see how much time and effort were put into building that structure. Usually starts off with picking a site, surveying the lot, a lot of digging, and installing the footings. And after that, you start laying bricks. And you keep building up or building on the bricks, which is a really time-consuming process. But when the construction is over, you get a great payoff in the form of this beautiful house. Now, suppose this is not a house, but a piece of writing, okay? The more words you know, the more bricks you have at your disposal, the better you can understand the overall structure, organization, and its contents. So it's a really virtuous cycle, okay? And knowing more words will help you not just get a high score on the SAT, but write a great research paper and make a superb presentation at work after graduation. So learning new words is a great investment for you over the long term. Why not do it? Okay. So if it is something you have to do it the right way, as the saying goes. I've seen lots of students trying to memorize a list of words without context. That's not a total waste of time, but there should be a better way of doing that. And I recommend to particularly those who are not sure of pronunciation, try to learn the phonetic descriptions of words, okay? You know and I know English spelling does not always correspond with its pronunciation. The good news is you can learn phonetic descriptions in less than an hour, okay? Take a look at the phonetic description here, which is in red, and you see a stress mark before li. So you are to stress the part when you pronounce it. So it goes like prolific. And then you go through the definitions. And those non-native English-speaking students can pick up their definitions in their mother tongue at the same time. What really matters is you need to learn a new word in context to see how it is used in actual sentence. And what really makes it frustrating to pick up new words is you forget an increasing number of words with the passage of time. And spaced repetition will help the new information stay with you, okay? So simply put, it's better to practice 10 minutes a day than practice 1 hour a week. And a lot of research supports this idea. The y-axis here is the retention rate, okay? So how much information you retain over time. The black curve, which is the first learning curve, drops sharply over time. But the red curve, which is represent your retention rate at first reminder, drops but not as sharply as the black curve. So spaced repetition really goes a long way toward helping you retain much of the new information you get, okay? What I recommend is to try to mark the ones you find hard to remember and tend to forget, and review only those words like 24 hours later or 2 days later. You set the time intervals, okay? But make sure you review those words. And then you need to expand your background information, okay? Suppose the text you are dealing with is about Boston Tea Party. Those with background information know that it's not really a fun party over tea. They can immediately connect the dots and link it to the concept of no taxation without representation. So those with background information are way ahead of others without background information in understanding and analyzing the passage. I'm not telling you to try to get every detail of U.S. history and world history, okay? Start off with the topics that appear frequently on the test, like the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and suffrage issues. So a selective approach is needed here. When you are armed with background information, you can do better on questions about main topic, word meanings, inferences, figuring out the true meanings of metaphors. The list goes on and on. Now, the reading section includes passages in the fields of social science, natural science, literature, and important historic speeches and documents. And it measures a range of skills on big picture questions like the main topic of a passage, and little picture questions like pulling out details out of a particular line of this passage, inference, vocabulary and context, and function, the main purpose of a given paragraph, and author technique, the author's tone and attitude about a certain issue, and choosing a supporting detail for your answer choice and data interpretation.